Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
This segment is sponsored by QC Kinetics.
Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today we're going to be hearing from our friends from QC Kinetics about how regenerative medicine can help you move better, feel better, and live better.
An alternative approach to healing. Joining me now is Allie White with QC Kinetics. So tell me a little bit more about QC Kinetics.
So we are the leaders in regenerative medicine. So we treat musculoskeletal pain through means of regenerative medicine. So what does that all mean, right? So it's a lot of fancy terms, but here at QC Kinetics, we really take what your body has to offer and we re-inject that into you. So your body has this innate ability to heal itself. It just needs a little help. So that's what we do at QC Kinetics. We just help your body heal itself.
So talk with me about how QC Kinetics addresses pain, and does this treat arthritis?
So arthritis is the majority of what we treat because of the pain aspect. So the pain is caused by inflammation, and if we actually just break down the term arthritis, arthro is joint, itis is inflammation, so it's just a fancy way of saying joint inflammation, and we are really good at treating the inflammation which causes that pain.
How does this differ from pain medication or cortisone shots?
Pain medication and cortisone injections, they mask the pain. So they don't actually get to the root cause of pain. Your steroid injections that you would get, they end up not helping with the pain over periods of time because they're just masking it. They're not actually treating that root cause of what's causing that pain and that inflammation. Your medications that you take daily, it's not good to take something like that daily, like an opioid or long-term NSAID use. So for us, what we do is we take the natural approach to healing through an injection and we go ahead and treat you that way.
So are older adults good candidates for these types of therapies?
They're actually the best candidates for these types of therapies. So they've been dealing with this chronic disease of osteoarthritis for so long. They have a buildup of inflammation and a buildup of pain. So for us, they come on in and they have a lot of really great relief from our treatment. So they are great candidates for what we do.
So what is the goal of the treatment of arthritis?
So we really want to reduce your pain and get you back to living the life that you want to live. So with that, your body has these cells that combat inflammation. So inflammation is what causes your pain. Your body just can't do it on its own. So that's where we come into play. So we take your blood, we spin it down, we take those cells that we need for healing and inflammation reduction and pain reduction, and we actually inject it back into that area of pain. From there, your body knows what to do and it will calm that pain down, give you more mobility, and get you back to doing your daily activities.
Talk with me more about the team here at QC Kinetics, because they are very passionate about this.
Very passionate. So I love our team here. It is a great, highly skilled team. So you have a medical provider, a board certified medical provider that will take you through every area from your consultation all the way to your injection and all of your treatments here from a medical space. You also have a care coordinator who's going to make sure that you feel so well taken care of. They'll educate you, they'll set everything up for you. So this is really a seamless process. You show up, you get your injections done, you get treated, and you go about your way.
If you want to learn more information, be sure to visit qckinetics.com/Myrtle Beach, or you can call 843-258-6059.
This segment is sponsored by QC Kinetics.
Welcome back to Living Local Carolina, everyone. I am with Emily at Litchfield Pickleball, and if you're watching this right now, that means that I didn't sprain my ankle today. How are you doing, Emily?
Good, Katie. How are you?
I'm so excited to learn about you guys. I've never ever played pickleball before.
Oh, it's so much fun. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
You're gonna love it.
Tell me your story.
All right. So my husband.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Thanks for sticking with us here on Living Local Carolina. Today I've been exploring Hop Sweet Plantation, and now I'm sitting down with Jennifer. Jennifer, what do you do here?
So I am the Gullah presenter. I give Gullah history information. I sing songs. Sometimes I let them rock out and I get all my instruments out. So it's like a music class sometimes. And then when we sing the songs, we actually explain what the song means and how it means a big part of the Gullah history. And also talk about all these things that are behind me, like indigo and cotton and rice and sweetgrass baskets. And I interact with a lot of people that come through so that they understand that, what is Gullah Geechee people, what are Gullah Geechee cultures, and what we do as a culture.
And obviously food is a big part of this,
right? Oh yeah, red rice, collard greens, fried chicken, lamb, hoppin' john. If you name it, we got it.
So what is your favorite part to talk about, would you say?
A little bit of everything, because I get excited about even talking about just quilts, because my grandmother was a quilter. This quilt behind us is my grandmother's quilt that she did over 50 years ago. I'm not even 50. So to have a family heirloom, to be able to talk about the different patterns and different things that they went through and what the quilt patterns actually mean. Like, say for instance, if you was to see a log cabin pattern pointing in the direction of which way you should go to the next log cabin, or you saw a little basket on the quilt, told you that, that's where food sources was, and it might be a little bit of hush puppy in there.
Who knows?
Exactly.
So obviously you get to talk a lot about this culture, but how do people typically respond?
The people who come here, they respond very good because they came for the information. They came for the history lesson. They came to understand it better. If you come here for, alternative motive, then you won't understand why we're so passionate about who we are and what we can do. Because I believe that I would love to be a culture preserver, as in writing books and telling stories and keeping the culture alive by making sure that people understand who we are, what we are, and what we have done.
And that brings me to asking about this actual building that we're sitting in right now.
Yeah, so
tell me about it.
This is one of the slave quarters, and this house was used as a cookhouse. So we're actually on the side that would have been a bedroom. On the other side would have been where they cooked for the big house. They would cook in these pots, and these handles would come out of the stove, and you would hang the pots on the handles, and according to if you already finished cooking the whole meal or not, you would swing the pot back out so it wouldn't be over the entire fire, but it would still stay warm. Once the food was cooked and finished, it would take it out of this door to the back of the house, which we are facing, and then it would take it to the back door, and it would give it to the people in the house.
Interesting. And it probably got really hot in here.
Oh yeah,
right?
It got hot. It has 3 stoves. If you think about it, it's three wood stoves in here, is 2, and then there's a divider wall that would have gone through this room, and then on the other side is the whole thing. It's a big old stove, and it can hold big old cast iron pots that would have cooked red rice, collard greens, okra prelo, gumbo, wild animal as in squirrels and deers and different things also, because they were huntermen, not just grocery store people.
So what are some other things that you think are important for people to know about Gullah Geechee culture in general?
We are a culture that we still stick together as one. We try and make sure, like, if we have more than abundance of something, we give to the next one. We try and make sure that we give understanding, and we teach the younger folks what the younger folks should know. And if they do and fare off, we try and give them understanding and knowledge of how to come back to the community.
I love it. Well, if somebody is watching this right now and they want to come see you, where can they find you here?
You can find me on the Hop Sweet Plantation website.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by Dr. Anthony Thompson. How are you doing?
Doing quite well, Katie, and yourself?
I'm doing wonderful.
You know, our goal is, first of all, we got the name came from Ephesians, 2nd chapter.
And this is a group of a lot of different people in Charleston, leaders in Charleston.
Yes.
Tell me about your board.
Yes, well, my board consists, very diverse board. Has to be. You know, we have young people, white, black, Latino, you know, and everybody's denomination is completely different.
Yeah.
You know, Catholics, Reformed Episcopalians, Baptists, I mean, and so it's very diverse for a purpose, you know, because, you know, we're trying to promote what Christ already did. More or less promote, we're trying to perpetuate what he already did. And that is by the grace of God to encourage people through acts of forgiveness, repentance, and reconciliation, okay, to destroy those barriers that divide us, that hostility that divide us. Like I said, that could be a number of things, you know. And it's not just for one particular thing, but it could be a number of things, so that we can come together as one family, you know, the way it was intended to be. And so that's where we start.
And you were able to do this on a really big scale.
Yeah.
Whenever you had that event.
Yeah, when we had the event, oh, that took a lot of work.
I'm sure.
mean,
Lots of planning.
I mean, even getting the organization together just to come as one. We didn't just do it right away. When I came back, this incident with George Floyd occurred. But to our surprise, the people in Charleston protested. You know, it's like, wow, I mean, they really they tore downtown up. They're mostly young people. And so we were shocked, we were surprised. And so there's a pastor named Reverend Zalik, who's the senior pastor at St. Michael's. And he and I have been doing some Lent season services together with other churches. So he called me up and said, you know, we need to do something to try to, you know, put some damper on what happened last night and let people know, you know, we're one.
Well, this might be the most relaxed I've ever been filming a segment. I am at Salt and Detox Oasis with Fabiola. Thanks so much for having me today.
Thank you for being here, Katie.
My goodness. Okay, we first have to address that if you hear some humming in the background, there's a reason for that. Fabiola, what is going on that is causing this noise?
So right now the Halo generator is on. So it is a machine that I use with sodium chloride. The sodium chloride is grounded into very fine particles, and those particles are dispersed into the air. So that is the benefit of the room, where you're breathing that type of salty air, which helps to coat the nasal passages, the bronchial tubes, as well as your lungs, and it acts as a cleaning agent for your respiratory system. So if you do suffer from allergies, bronchitis, or other common respiratory, concerns, or even like the after COVID effects, it's a great way to help relieve your respiratory system and also clean and hopefully enhance it.
This is so cool to be able to walk on salt. You're breathing it in.
Yes.
But it's also the aesthetics of being in here. It's so relaxing.
Yes, it is. So in the process of building this room, really wanted to make it a relaxing environment for everyone who, enjoys this session. So it's really about helping everyone that walks through my doors and giving them relief, giving them a sense of peace, and hopefully they walk out feeling better and feeling that they're able to just conquer what they need to conquer, through the sessions that they experience here.
I know a lot of people watching right now are feeling that way. So if they want to come by and try this room out or try one of your other awesome services, how can they do that?
So I am located at 3885 Renee Drive in the Carolina Forest area. I am, I guess if you are familiar with like the Kroger Shopping Center, that's where you can find me. And my phone number is 843-742-5938. And the website is saltanddetoxoasis.com.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Grand Strand Dentistry. Well, welcome to Living Local Carolina, everyone. Today I'm at Grand Strand Dentistry and I'm joined by Dr. Swenson. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Yes, happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here and learn more about you guys and what you're all about. There's a long list of things that y'all offer, but why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and about the practice?
Well, personally, I just moved here from Arizona, and the practice is just based on working in technology, keeping up on current practices, and honestly saving time for the patients. Time is a big deal. I mean, most of the time when you go get something done, it's like you're going to be, rerouted, rescheduled. We really try to work everything to where we can do everything on the same day as much as possible. Quick scenario, let's just say you need to get a crown. You come in, we scan it in, we mill out the crown, we cement it on, you go home, you're done. You're not here for 2 appointments. We try to get that all done within 2 hours. Sometimes we can get it done quicker, sometimes it takes a little longer. Humans are different. Each one of them is individual, and they present individual challenges. From there, we've actually gone to, what can we do to some of the patients that have different prosthetics, say like dentures. And we've got into 3D printing to where we could 3D print the dentures.
Wow.
And so we can do that. We could do it in a day, but it would take the whole day. So we just generally try to schedule it a couple days later, but we can get it done fairly quickly. And the accuracy and the things that we can do is much better because we're able to use 3D technology to line everything up and also just create a better fit.
Yeah.
And, there's still discrepancies with each individual, but it does a much better job than we were able to do before. From there, we've gone to different CAD/CAM techniques for different milling units and bigger prosthetics and things like that. That just gets really technical. So
I was going to say, the viewers may not know all these terms that you're saying.
No. And probably another thing is like, it's hard to get extractions around here. Dr. Armstrong and myself, we're old. We started out doing extractions, and that's what we do. We do a lot of extractions. So even sometimes, if you don't want to be awake, we can schedule an anesthesiologist to come here and get your extraction done.
Gotcha.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Well, let's say there's a scenario where unfortunately somebody loses a tooth.
Right.
You guys can do implants here as well.
Correct.
Tell me all about that.
Implants, it's kind of fun because like I said earlier, I'm older than dirt. So back in the 80s, I worked in a dental lab, and that's when honestly the implants started showing up. So we'd get these implants to come in. We'd have to create these prosthetics for them. And that's when I really got interested in it. And I was probably about 16 at the time.
Wow.
So from there, I picked a dental school that allowed the general dentist to place implants at that school, Creighton University, at that time. And then from there, I've just learned more and more and more and more as time goes on. And there's just so many applications for implants. I mean, most people are aware of what they can do, and it's really exciting.
Well, how does it feel whenever you have a patient that comes in and they, were experiencing pain or they lost a tooth and you guys were able to give them their smile back?
Well, let's back that up. First thing, they're coming in pain. So the first thing we want to do is get them out of pain.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing. It's like people come to the dentist and a lot of times they're not in good shape.
Yeah.
So, we get them out of pain, get rid of the infections, and then go on to the restorative part. Give them their smile back. So many people are walking around with bad smiles and they don't like it. It's self-conscious. I mean, they just, they don't know it, but everybody looks at your teeth.
It's true.
And they don't know they do it, but everybody does it. But we're able to do that, and a lot of people, like some people, you give them their restoration and they cry, but that's exciting, and that's nice as well.
All right. Well, I appreciate you chatting with me and letting me know a little bit more about Grand Strand Dentistry. So if one of our viewers is watching right now and they want to learn a little bit more about you guys, where can they find you online?
GrandStrandDentistry.com.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Grand Strand Dentistry.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.